All right, bonjour, and welcome everyone. We are excited to tell you a little bit about our resource center. My name is Jolene Engelking, and I work with the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition, and I coordinate our National Tribal Sexual Assault Resource Center. I'm here today with my colleagues, Nicole.
Bonjour, everyone. My name is Nicole Matthews. My Indian name is Manidu Beneshikwe, which means Spirit Bird Woman. I'm Eagle Clan, and my family's from the White Earth Band of Ojibwe. I'm the executive director at the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition, and happy to be here with you all.
Hi, my name is Ingrid Anderson. I am the National Policy Director for the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition. Good to be with you all.
Nicole, would you tell us a little bit about who MIWSAC is?
Yes. So MIWSAC is a statewide tribal coalition, and we are also a national tribal technical assistance provider on both sex trafficking and sexual violence in tribal communities, whether that be urban, reservation, rural communities. And for those who are working with Native survivors of sexual violence and sex trafficking, we have multiple technical assistance projects, including our comprehensive TA to the OVW Tribal Sexual Assault Services Program grantees. We are the lead partner for the OVW Elevate Uplift project. We are the comprehensive TA provider on sex trafficking in Indian country in Alaska. We also have a national tribal clearinghouse on sexual assault, which is very complementary and similar to the Sexual Assault Resource Center funded under HHS. And additionally, we provide TA to Project Beacon grantees that are funded through OVC, and they are urban Indian programs that work with victims of sex trafficking. And then, of course, we have the HHS Tribal Sexual Assault Resource Center, and we're really excited to have this new opportunity to broaden our work around sexual violence.
Yes, and so with our National Tribal Sexual Assault Resource Center, that's what's bringing us here with you today. And we want to talk a little bit about those sort of things that we can offer for you and the ways that you can kind of connect with us. And so our resource center is, still relatively new. We've been around for about a year now, and we are really focusing on how do we talk about the unique and different response that's needed for sexual violence as opposed to domestic violence or other forms of violence against the persons, and particularly focusing on tribal communities as well as working with non-tribal communities that want to do better with their relationship with tribal communities, or in serving Indigenous survivors of sexual violence. And so with that, we offer a variety of webinars where we can be diving deep into some of these topics. We offer kind of conversational calls where we'll be able to kind of take those theories and hopefully put them into practice and have people think about how are these really going to be applicable within your own work, because that's the one thing that we want to do, is to be helping advocates and other responders and other people who survivors will interact with feel better supported in how they're able to do their work. We offer in-person and virtual TA, which is really just support, meeting you where you are and kind of being that sounding board, helping you find resources, creating resources, giving you that advice, or kind of working through problems together, and even creating plans about how you in your own work environment are best able to really succeed. And so with that, we love to be in person with community. We want to always be embedding our cultural practices and traditional values within the work that we do. And so we are still building out that menu of services, because we want to make sure that we're tailoring things to your unique needs. But we offer, trainings on anything kind of related to sexual violence, or ways that can help your programs be more sustainable. We also have another component of our work, which is really our policy lens. And I will hand this over to Ingrid to talk a little bit about what that may look like.
So briefly, I'm excited to talk with anybody about policy work that they're interested in starting or maybe have already started, and the ways that we can support you in either drafting policy, implementing policy, or maybe just having a critical review of policy as it affects you and your community. We also are excited to support legislative advocacy in terms of being in communication with legislators, policymakers, both in tribal communities and your mainstream policymakers, and to support you in letting your voice be heard. Only you can speak about the issues in your community that are affecting you, your family, your relatives, and we want to uplift those voices and make sure that policies, particularly about funding, public safety, advocacy work, how to support survivors, how to support our children and our families, really are being informed by the work that's being done on the ground. We also are very passionate about developing sexual violence, sexual assault specific policy, and making sure that funding for sexual violence specific services is sustainable and continues to grow to meet the ever growing needs in our communities.
And so we just wanted to kind of end this with a few of the things that we will be doing, the way that we are able to kind of support you. We also have, we have a monthly email that we send out that's really highlighting our upcoming events and sharing new information with folks. We have events that are listed on our website, and you can also always contact us with any kind of questions, or if you just happen to need some support. The contact information is on the slide, but it's also resourcecenter@MIWSAC.org. And yeah, so I think that's kind of a little bit about us, and we hope to, strengthen our relationships with folks moving forward. Thank you.